An elderly man named Harry Haynes wakes in the early morning to find he has wet the bed. He stands beside it in the silence of the room, looking down at the evidence of his own body failing him. His grandson, Matt, finds him there and without hesitation says, "It happened again, huh?" Harry answers yes, his voice carrying a shame that no single accident could fully explain. Matt strips the sheets and says he will wash them at school, covering for his grandfather with a quiet and careful loyalty. Harry accepts the help because he has no other choice. Then Anne walks in from the kitchen, carrying the bundle Matt had hidden in his bag. The question she puts to her husband Jim is not really about sheets at all. Anne tells Jim she understands that Harry is his father, but she needs Jim to understand how she feels. She is the one who carries the weight of Harry's care through every hour of every day. She says Harry should be somewhere that people can properly look after him. When Jim resists, she says plainly that it is not just the sheets, and that she is not going to do it anymore. Soon afterward, a sign for the Parkview Retirement Home appears on screen. The decision Anne had been building toward is finished, and Harry is placed there without ever being the one who chose it. Harry tells Jonathan, a volunteer who arrives with a library cart, that he is in the home because he is old and too much trouble to take care of. He states it as a fact he has already made his peace with. Jonathan asks quietly whether the day Harry decided he was too old was the day his wife died. Harry turns his head away without answering, because the answer is yes, and he cannot say it. When Matt visits and tries to give Harry a reason to move again, Harry tells him that people who loved him would not have sent him here to die. He says this place is where you sit and wait for the end. After Matt leaves, Harry sits on the edge of the bed and holds his head in his hands. He is alone in a room that belongs to no one, grieving a wife named Clara and a life that has been quietly taken from him. One afternoon, Matt does not come at 5 o'clock as he had promised, and Harry picks up the telephone and gets no answer. When a nurse brings a double portion of food, Harry waves it away and says he is not hungry, because his appetite has nothing to do with the meal and everything to do with the one person who gave his days a shape. Matt admits to Jonathan that he cannot bring Harry home even if Harry gets better, because Anne has made clear she does not want Harry there, and his parents have already fought over it. Then Harry calls Matt and tells him the doctor has said jogging is all right as long as he stays off the cement. In the days that follow, the two of them walk and then run together in the park, and Harry feels something he had not felt in a long time, which is forward motion. A flyer on a tree announces the granddad and grandson 5-kilometer run, and Harry carries the idea to Matt. He says quietly that winning it would surprise Matt's mom and dad, and beneath that remark is something he cannot quite say plainly, which is that he still has something to prove to the people who sent him away. When Jim visits the night before the race, Harry tells him that strangers sometimes treat you better than family, and then lays down his terms directly. If Matt and he win tomorrow, he gets to come home. He says, "Come on, son, give me a chance. That's why I've been doing all this." And the dignity in it is complete, because an old man should not have to run a foot race to earn the right to his own home. After the race, Harry learns from Jonathan that Anne had not actually accepted the bet and had already told Jim she would leave if Harry came home, and that Matt had known this the entire race. Harry stands holding the silver running trophy, his face filled with a sorrow that the trophy cannot reach. Seated in the living room with Jim and Anne and Matt gathered around him, Harry tells them that while he was running he got to thinking, and that he has decided to start seeing the places he never got to see, beginning with Hollywood, a trip he had always promised Clara he would make. He says he will miss them, and when he returns he will want his own place closer to the park so he can keep running. Matt says he loves his granddad, and Harry says he knows. Then Harry holds the boy for a long moment before walking out the door because he is choosing to leave on his own terms rather than wait to be sent away a second time. A car carries Harry down a long residential street until he is a small dot at the far end, a man going somewhere at last, no longer sitting in a room that belonged to no one.